Hey guys, today's video is just gonna be kind of a chill video. I kind of just wanted to talk about goals and reflecting on 2021 and what I'm looking forward in 2022 and so on. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to chill, sit down video, nothing too crazy, but I guess we'll just start. I don't really have a plan for how I'm gonna talk about these things, but I guess looking at 2021, still in the panorama, so obviously that didn't help with everything. So mental health was still a struggle and it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be going into the year, but overall was still a really good one. We got to travel a little bit. We went to the lavender fields, got to visit family, went to more raves than I thought I was gonna go to, which makes me very happy, and I hope to continue that in 2022. And then yeah, what else happened? I started a YouTube channel. Crazy, I know. You would have never thought, right? But yeah, I started my channel technically November, but I've been preparing for it since January. That's when I started. But yeah, I started my channel and so far it's been really good. I have fun filming. I enjoy editing way more than I thought, even though it's time consuming and that was a process to learn. The community has been super welcoming and really chill, and I hope to make more friends and be more involved. Also in 2021, I actually quit my job, which was a very big step in life for me, a very big deal, especially financially not my best move ever, but we're recovering and I'm glad that I got out of a job that I wasn't happy in when I could. I guess the only other big things that happened in 2021, I definitely made more friends and talked to more people and socialized more, which is crazy. I'm not a very social person. I don't really have friends, which is fine. I'm content with that. But yeah, we made a new rave fam that we kind of got accepted into, and we hang out with and get to dance and rave and party with, which is super fun. And then we also started having game nights and dinners with our friends, which was even better. And to no surprise, I got into reading in 2021 again, and seriously got into reading. I blew myself away reading 75 books so quickly and just falling back in love with books, which is super fun and just a very comforting aspect to my life now that I didn't have before. But yeah, that's kind of my little quick reflection. It's not a lot happened last year, but yes, so much happened at the same time. It is interesting how that works, but I did last year set out for a lot of goals. This massive poster paper is just filled with goals, and I'm not gonna go through these or anything, but it's definitely interesting to look at for sure. A lot of it is small stuff. I did make a key to color code just the smallest of goals, even if it was just go thrift shopping, go to a movie, things like that. It wasn't all big scale stuff, but it was things that I wanted to do, and I hope to go back to that and find a different system to look at it that's less gigantic and just make it a little bit smaller and reflect on it easier that way. So I guess we'll get into the 2022 resolution, New Year's goals for the year, whatever we want to call it, because I kind of want this to be sort of like a time capsule of like what I accomplished in the previous year and what I'm looking forward to, and having it for myself to look back on, but also to just track my progress through the years and see where I go from here, I guess. So I'm gonna start with just like my normal lifestyle goals first, and then I'll get into the bookish goals, so you can skip if you don't care about my life and you're just here for book stuff. But yeah, there's a lot that I hope to do in 2022, and of course there is a bit of a pepperoni going around, and so we aren't just back to normal yet. Sucks, but I'm glad to be slowly doing the things that we can, at least. I'm really glad that we've already gone to the theater once. We went to see Waitress, which was super fun, and I hope to continue going to the theater and going to raves and just socializing and getting out of the house. It's about to get very intense, yeah, this year, because I am starting my new job. I had 2 days of training and then I officially start later next week, which is so crazy and so exciting, but also daunting and stressful because I work long shifts and it'll take up a lot of my time. And obviously I have YouTube, and I started my YouTube channel and I want to keep doing it. So one of my goals is definitely to stay on top of YouTube and making content. I have a game plan for things that I can post every month so I can stay active. Of course I'm going to keep vlogging, but I don't know how interesting vlogs will be if it's only 3 days in a week. We will see. So yeah, finding balance basically is the big gist of it. Like, I want to balance work with life with YouTube and make sure I have room for everything, because there's only so much time in a day and it feels like there's never enough time for all the things that we could do and want to do, which is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting year overall. Another goal that I really want to focus on is my health. Yeah, so my health is definitely a big one because I kind of slacked off whilst working in an office, and I thought that being like unemployed I was going to be so good at this, and that just didn't happen either. So I really want to focus on my health, working out, walking more, drinking more water, like the basic stuff. I don't eat very healthy because I hate vegetables, so I'm going to find ways to eat healthier and have more fruits and vegetables in my diet because I don't like them, which is tough. And so yeah, that's definitely a big part of it that I want to work on, but also just like in general health, like my mental health. I would love to get therapy, but she's expensive. I don't have insurance yet. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a journey of health this year. That's kind of what my main focus is going to be above all else, hopefully. And then obviously like the more fun stuff will come in hand with the life balance, hopefully. And I also just want to overall stay organized and clean. We own a house and 4 pets. Oh yeah, another thing that happened in 2021 was we bought a dog. We rescued him, and then we also rescued 2 kittens, and so it's been a lot of animals. And I have such bad allergies some days, and other days it's fine. Today's one of those days. But I would definitely love to keep my life organized and clean to the best of my ability. As you can see, like here, we're reorganizing the clothes and closet and going through everything, so it's a mess. And I'm hoping to have a nice clean start for the year sooner rather than later. Another big lifestyle-y goal is to save up some money. I have some fun projects and things that I would really love to do, especially renovate this office and start a Twitch channel. I think it'd be really fun. It's kind of been a dream of mine for years at this point, kind of like how YouTube was, and I just crave that. And so I really need to save up money because this stuff is expensive, which is fine. But yeah, it's definitely a goal of mine to save up money just in general, because I also want to travel again and have a safety cushion in case anything goes wrong in the coming years or anything. So that's definitely a part of it as well. And then it kind of goes into the more fun stuff. So that's all like the big heavy adult things. And then the more fun things that I want to get back into is having hobbies. Oh my goodness, I just want to have fun and do things that I like. I want to have a hobby or 3. I want to keep up with art. I love doing art, but for some reason it's just always on the back burner. I never do it, I never approach it. It's just something that's there, but I just don't do it. Like, I'll buy supplies for it and I always add them to wish lists, but I never actually do it. Why? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me either, but I would love to get back into doing more art more often, as well as just journaling in general. Like, I have my bullet journal that I stopped using in October and would like to get back into. I have my book journal that I would like to utilize more and have more fun with the art and stuff of it, as well as scrapbooking and just all these different elements that I would love to do more, as well as makeup. Y'all probably don't know this because I don't show a lot of makeup, I don't talk about it ever, but I have a gigantic makeup collection and it's just going to waste. Like, I'm not utilizing it. I used to do crazy looks all the time. It was a big passion of mine. I was always on like the beauty guru side of YouTube and would buy so many launches, and the consumerism aspect definitely took a toll on me, and I started taking a step back, and I just don't have any creativity with my makeup anymore, and that sucks. I want to get back into that. So yeah, art in general as a whole, everything about it I would love to do, and maybe a few more hobbies. I don't know if there's a hobby out there that's not somewhat artistic that I could do, but if I find it, I'll find it. I do have a Skillshare, not sponsored, that I do want to utilize more because I'm paying good money for it. It's like $19 a month, so I should use it. And finding new hobbies is a great way to do that. Yeah, so I think that's all of my like lifestyle-y goals. I do have bookish goals, and I've written them down even. That's how official I'm becoming. I have goals. I have reading goals. The first reading goal, easy, simple, 100 books. I want to read 100 books this year. I read 75 in 2021. I think that's so doable. I've already started the year well enough, but that's kind of my main reading goal. It's really just a number. It's really just a Goodreads tracker. Not too much pressure. I am starting a new job, so if I don't read that many, whatever, it's fine. But it would be cool. I also would love to read more physical books. Yikes. Yeah, so I primarily read audiobooks because they are convenient and they can fit into your lifestyle if you're busy, if you're commuting to work, so on and so forth. It's really easy to listen to audiobooks. It's also quicker, for me at least, because I don't read very fast. But I have a lot of books on my shelf, and it's dumb to not read them because it's going to take me longer. I just need to buckle down and strive for just 2. Stop putting 17 on my TBRs and maybe focus on 2 physical books for the month, and then the rest can be audio or something like that, to just make it easier. Just a little bit easier. Yeah. I also want to keep participating in Readathons. I had a lot of fun with them last year. They really like pushed me to read more and to get much larger TBRs, but to get just more diverse literature into my life, from like classics to just different genres, which is another goal. I would love to read more genres than I do. I love fantasy. I love fantasy, but I have a lot of classics that I'm really interested in and really want to read. I want to get back into romance, which is what I typically would read in high school. I have historical fiction that I really want to get to. Like, there's so many genres out there, and I want to continue pursuing that. Nonfiction especially being one of them, because I just don't read enough nonfiction, which is fine. It's totally okay to not read nonfiction. Like, you don't have to. If you don't enjoy it, don't read it. It's that simple. But I do want to try and educate myself on a few topics here and there, you know, nothing crazy, like everything. But it is nice to include them into my reading list the best that I can when I'm able to, because it's just, some of them are good. This one has been talked about on my channel a lot, but Know My Name by Chanel Miller is like the top of my list for reading nonfiction. Like, this is it. This is like what's making me want to read nonfiction so much. I also want to learn how to annotate this year. I think, why not? It's pretty, it's fun. I think people that annotate, yeah, my brain is so foggy. I think the people that annotate their books have such a deep connection to the story, and they remember it better, and they have like this connection to the plot, the characters, and the author even, and I want that. I want that. So I would love to annotate more, or start and learn. Back to the readathons, because we're just jumping around because we don't have plans. I would also like to continue on with the buzzword reading challenge. I will have a TBR coming up hopefully soon, and so I would like to stick with that. I do have plans. Last year I had way more plans, but it is the reason that I started reading, so I definitely want to stick with it, as well as just overall readathons from different booktubers that they host, and stick to my personal TBRs that I've set. Like, I'm gonna have my 22 books of 2022 posted eventually. I've already started working on that list, and so yeah, it's just kind of a lot of books, but I'm going to do my best to read as many as I can and stick to my TBRs and my plans, and it's gonna be great. I don't want to make my TBRs too big so they're actually obtainable to finish. There were times where I would put like 17 on my TBR, and there's just no possible way that I could do that even unemployed, because I was also doing so much other stuff. Like, I had work things to still do with YouTube, so it just didn't work out. The last three kind of go together. I want to get a library card. I've never been to my library. I know. I've been to like school libraries when I went to college. I went to that library and stuff, but I've never been to like my city's public library, because I didn't know it existed for a long time, and then I just didn't care. Buying books is really easy, but I do have a Scribd subscription, which leads into the next goal of continuing my listen before buying rule. I don't always stick to that, obviously. If it's not available on Scribd, then I can't listen to it, hence the library card, because then I can get Libby and try it through my library, and it all ties together, I know. But I really like listening to a book first, and if I like it enough, then I can buy it, because books are expensive. And I don't have that kind of money to just be throwing it around willy-nilly. The last one, which is not super serious, but I do want to read the books on my shelves. I think everyone says that and wants to do that, because why buy a book if you're never going to read it? Great question. But I do participate in book subscriptions, and I want to participate in more because they're expensive though, and if I'm not reading the books, why am I spending the money on them? Yeah, so I definitely want to read my personal backlist. I do eventually want to film a entire owned TBR bookshelf tour thing, but it sounds really daunting and I don't have the time or the energy right now. But I do want to do that soon. So maybe I can get recommendations on what to read first and so on. But I definitely want to prioritize the books that I own before buying a bunch of new books, and definitely reading the books that come in subscription boxes, because what's the point if you're not going to read them? I won't be doing a book buying ban though, just so everyone is clear. I don't do that. I will limit the books that I buy. I bought so many books this year, so I will try to limit the books that I buy the best that I can. But if there's a book that I want, I'm gonna get it. It's that simple. So yeah, I think that is everything that I have to go over. I'm sure there's more. There's always more goals that I want to accomplish and achieve and things that I want to do, but overall I think that is a good stopping point. So my camera shut me off. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you really soon. And let me know what some of your 2022 goals are down below. Bye guys.